Hi guys, I'm Snowden, the fat loss and performance coach at Meta Revolution Gym in Chatham. So we've got a couple of lists here about how to identify whether we're emotionally in or whether we're actually hungry. Okay, so that will help us if we're looking to reduce body fat, because then we can switch on and be right. Okay, I don't need to eat because I'm actually not hungry, and that will help me achieve the goals I want. Okay, so having a look down the list here, we can see that real hunger, as we know it, i.e. when we really need to eat, will build up gradually over time, okay? It tends to strike below the neckline as well, so you know when your stomach starts growling and that, and you're like, man, I could eat a scabby horse or something, that's when you know you're proper hungry, okay? It can occur after a meal, okay, or shortly after, or a long time after, beg your pardon, but it tends to go away when you're full. Remember, 80% full because you don't want to be overeating either. And when you sort of start eating, or when you finish eating, it tends to lead to satiety, i.e. Whether you're full, you're satisfied, you don't need anything else, okay? When it's emotional hunger, okay, there's other certain cues that will kick that off that we can kind of look for. So it will develop suddenly, for instance, like if someone's walked in with a bit of cake and it's like party time, you're like, oh mate, I can associate party time with cake, it makes me happy. Well, that would be an emotional response. It tends to happen above the neckline, I really fancy something, just by like walking past a bakery window, and it reminds you of like a trip with your nan or something like that. Cinnamon buns might remind you of a particular outing, I don't know. Fish and chips remind you of the seaside, for instance. And it might be slightly unrelated to time as well, that cue kicks in. So it might be randomly in the evening at a sort of, I don't know, 10 o'clock at night or something like that, and then you're just like, oh, do you know what? You've just seen an advert for like dairy milk, you know, the gorilla playing the drums or something, you're like, I fancy some chocolate. But it makes no sense, you've eaten like a couple of hours ago. And you might often notice as well, when it's an emotional cue, you may have eaten, and like you know you've eaten plenty and you're still eating more, but you're still craving something. You've had all your proteins, you've had all your fats and your carbohydrates, you know you've had a decent meal, but you just fancy that little something. Could be something emotional going on. It can often lead to guilt and shame. That's when you know you shouldn't have eaten it, okay? But then it's too late, all right? You know, like if you're like really focusing really hard, and like this week I went and had some cake actually, and I was like, oh God, I shouldn't have eaten that. Oh no, it's Wednesday, oh my God. Yeah, I know I've overeaten. I shouldn't have eaten that, okay? So if you can recognise that eating bad food and feeling down about it afterwards, you know that you can kind of, or need to avoid that. So, some little tips there, guys. Hope that's helped out, whether you're actually hungry or whether you're emotionally hungry. Okay, go forwards, keep it real.